Hey, hold on real quick. Hold on. Pause.
All right, coming back, we got Let's Get Deep, our love or just deep general topic segment, but mostly love because we know that's what the ladies like listening to. We listen, y'all. We heard your feedback. Chance, you actually had a good one. I think that can kick things off, which was, why do we hint at interest instead of just flat out declaring it? Do you want to elaborate where this thought came from? Like where it kind of,
You know what? Nah, I don't want to get too much into that because I don't know who be like listening, who be watching, kind of shit like that. But I mean, it just like give me the thought, like because, like you have people that are interest or that y'all may have that mutual feeling of interest between for each other, between each other and shit like that. But like nobody in those early stages, no one like really could just kind of flat out say it like, yo, I like you, or like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like you should be my girlfriend type shit. Like, like just like right then and there when you kind of know that, yo, like nigga, I want her to be my girlfriend type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's funny though, because you in the past have said like you don't want to do the
like,
labels thing.
Nah, I don't. But like, I'm not saying like I'm just kind of using that as an example.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
I
But
heard
like, like because like getting back out there, being single and shit like that. Like you come across like a lot of people that like you do have that. Like I said, like you have some type of affinity for each other. You know what I'm saying? Like you could tell, like y'all could both tell y'all on the same wavelength type shit.
Yeah,
but like no one ever just flats out say, all right, yo, this is what I want. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like can we do or even suggest it? You know what I'm saying? Like until shit's deep. Like you gotta get to like really like you fucking and shit like all the time. Like that's how it goes now. You know what I'm saying? Like the like constant sex happens like before like the constant like dates. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. It's such a backwards like ass way of courting. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why do we do that? Like, especially nowadays.
Jack, I see your itch to get in there. I'll let you go first.
Yeah. So two things, right, Chance? And I agree, what you're saying. So in my opinion, I think that the reason why people do that is because fear of rejection. They don't want to get rejected. Like, hey, let me throw myself out there, and this person isn't actually feeling the same way, even though I thought they did. And it's kind of like embarrassing, hurts our ego, right, from a guy's perspective. And also, everybody plays games, bro. Like, since the beginning of time, to the end of time, people are always going to play. It's a game with everything. And it sucks and it's stupid. You're right. You should be able to just say, hey, I like you. I want to, be more than friends, X, Y, Z. But it's not that simple. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a game that has to be played certain months, certain weeks. It's too much thought into stuff sometimes when it should just be more simple than what it is, especially in today's times, with the pandemic going on and everything.
Right.
So that's my take on it.
And communication should just be easier. Like we have so many ways to communicate with each other. You know what I'm saying? But it's like we get and sit in front of each other. It's kind of weird. It's kind of awkward. You know what I'm saying? Like
This is gonna be funny coming from me because I'm an efficiency kind of person. I like to just like, all right, A to Z. I know everything in between. Let's just cut to the chase. I'm very direct with that. But I also realize like when you have more things to do, you're busier. Your mind gets preoccupied in what you're doing instead of giving you time to just think about like, oh, what about this and that and the other. So I think part of it is like the whole cliche of like, enjoying the journey. I think also women like to be courted, like if you're just out front with like, hey, I like you. There's no mystery. There's no guessing. There's no, does he actually like me? I don't know. Susan, you tell me. It's like,
Susan.
Cut to the point. Hey, I like you. Then all of a sudden, the thing is like that could open up expectations. And even if we are 30 plus years old and, sex isn't coy really anymore to where it's like, oh, we can't talk about that. Or let's not think that's going to happen. If we start dating, like, yeah, we're 30, that's going to happen. But I feel like
we're doing it before dating.
If you go in with that expectation, though, I think that's part of it too, though. It's like, all right, if we lay down a line and he made that move or whatever, and she's thinking, should I make that move back? Now, all of a sudden, it's almost like it's weird. It's kind of put this pressure back, like, over the head. Like, now that we've laid it out there, something's got to happen. Whereas if you don't lay it down and, like, here's what it is, I think they could also kind of like bounce out too. You know what I mean? Like on both sides. So I
Right.
think that's probably part of the factors into like why, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
But like, you know, it's just like, I don't know, like maybe it's just like, you know, experiences and whatnot. But like sometimes you'll be like, you know, like everything, like, I mean, from, you know, where you're talking to someone on the social media, like, and like, you know, you're talking to them on the phone, you know, like, or on text messages and shit, you know, talking to them all these different mediums and shit, and then they come around and it's kind of like, all right, well, yeah, you know, like, we kind of know, like, you know, like why you're here, but it's like, is that really why you're here? You know, like, in a way, it's like, I don't know, like sometimes like, where do we, how do we cross that line without crossing that line? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think,
now
yeah, and
it's
it's
hard, bro. Like, it's because you don't want to be like, oh, like rapey or some shit like that, but you know that it's like, you know, like, you know, it's there. So, you know, like, I don't know, man.
or so think
It's
about that. You
hard
don't,
nowadays, man.
yeah, the thing about that is you don't want to be rapey. You don't want to come across as a fuck boy either. Like, oh man, you're a fuck boy. That's all he want. And then I don't know, man. I think it's so many variables to that. You know, like it's because you feel like you want to make your move, right? Because you don't want to get friend zoned.
Right.
And
You know, and like that can happen easily. You know, when you get friend zoned, it's hard to get out of that friend zone sometimes. It's like, we've been friends so many years, like I don't see you like that anymore. So I know I can't speak for any other race. You know, I'm gonna talk about my race right now just for a second. I feel like with black men, we're more aggressive, like with stuff. If I'm being real with you, like we kind of like, hey, this is what it is. Bam, like in your face, like what's up? And Hispanic got people too, like you guys are aggressive too. So we don't play games like, oh, we're gonna play the slow game and be friends and all that shit. We just let you know what it is, and like I think that's kind of off-putting to some women, you know what I mean, out there because they're not used to that, you know. So like that's my thing. It's so many variables to everything, man.
well, I guess if you want to look at it from like a societal thing too, being Hispanic, I mean, fortunately, I haven't really faced any kind of like that I can think of many times where I was discriminated against. I also think everybody probably just assumes I'm Italian or white. So they're just like, whatever. But I think part of that, you know, the more straightforward, assertive is I'm a minority. I don't get all the time with you, maybe always. You might not always give me the time of day because you might just look past me because I'm not, you know, cookie cutter named, you know, Bill and, you know, my name.
Right, exactly.
So it's like, all right, like white guy, like they get more time, maybe more patience. Whereas like with the Hispanic, black, it's more like, hey, I'm gonna cut to the chase. I know I don't have a lot of time, so I'm gonna be real with you. Here's what it is. You know, it's more just like boom in there.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
So
Facts.
my deep, let's get deep is thinking about just I mean, obviously I'm very much out of the dating game. I'm married, happy, you know, all that. But I always think about this kind of shit where I'm like, all right, you know, thinking about people like Chance or any of the single homies that are out there just kind of like, what are they going through? So I'm thinking like, what is online dating like now? Like, what is dating like right now anyway? And I saw some article on Apple News that was talking about, you know, people meeting up on dating apps and after a while it seems to be just like the same people on the same apps or something like that. And then finally, like now that people start dating, it's more of like they'll FaceTime first. And then, you know, now they're meeting up like going walking at a park with distance, right?
Distance, right.
We kind of saw this with like that cheesy, you know, what's the shit? The Netflix show, the Too Hot to Handle.
Too Hot to Handle.
Where it's like, you know, let's focus on the physical aspect later. Let's focus on getting to know each other now. Take our time.
Right.
Almost kind of like, you know, against what Chance was saying. You know, it seems like now because of the coronavirus, people are having to kind of like slow down and pump the brakes and not give physical because they're trying to be safe or protect themselves. So I don't know. I guess that was just kind of like a long-winded rant, but I wanted to get y'all's like take on it or thoughts, like because there was an article I read that I was like, man, what the hell is the rest of this stuff going to look like moving forward?
So I'll start. I'll be quick. So it was a friend of mine's birthday the other day, And so we went to his house, and of course we weren't really close. We were social distancing, you know, of course, had my mask, gloves on. And so got over there, we were just chilling, talking and shooting the shit or whatever. And we're like, you know, so how's everything been going, man? You know, you got a new place. So I'm okay, like tell us like how, you know, shit's going. And he was like, oh, everything's going good, man. Like I've been actually like eating out here on these apps. And so I'm like, really? Like, what do you mean by that? And all of us like, what do you mean by that? And so he's like, I'll show y'all what I mean. So he pulled his phone out, pulled out some apps, and like, bro, the amount of like matches through Bumble, Hinge, all these apps he was using was fucking crazy. And he said the reason why is because they have these things called like surges or whatever. And so surges is like where it's a certain time, I guess, where you can get like more likes or swipes, or I don't know how he was explaining, you know, something interesting. And then he was showing me that it's actually more games or more like features that they actually added on these apps too to make you like match people even sooner or closer. And so I'm like, all this shit's like new to us, of course, because, you know, we're, you know, like I said, we're taken.
Yeah.
So it's just like, man, you know, shit's crazy. And so definitely right now, everybody that you know, that's single should get on that, because like once you, like you said, you can't really meet up in person and, you know, do whatever because like of what's going on. So you have to actually like meet the person and talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you gotta talk to them, and you gotta like get to actually know them, you know, because back in, you know, in a day, it wasn't like that. It just was like, all right, get straight to the point. It is what it is. So now you actually getting to like talk to the person and know them more. And he was doing that. He was like, actually, like some of these chicks are cool. Like it's not just about the physical. Like I'm actually trying to know them. So yeah, so it's a different world now.
Yeah.
All right. So look, I'm not even playing devil's advocate. I'm not even playing devil's advocate at all. In the past 2 months, I've seen the complete fucking opposite of that. Yo, like real talk, other than like, you know what I'm saying, like motherfuckers, you know, that like I'm cool with, and like we just kind of been chopping. If I met a motherfucker, like, and it's been like that, I hit that night. I swear to God, I'm not even bullshitting. It's happened twice, like literally. You know what I'm saying? Like in 2 months, and I don't be out there like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even go nowhere, and it's happened twice. Nigga, I met motherfuckers, and the nigga knocked me dead on that night. So I'm saying, like, that's just me. But I got off the apps and shit like that because these hoes crazy. I don't like the app shit, man. I've had bad luck with it.
So perfect segue, Jock. I know your Let's Get Deep topic was about dating apps in general, so I'll let you just jump in and toss it to us.
Yeah, so back to what I was saying, Chance. Like, I hear you. You know, it's two sides to a coin on everything. You know, right. It just depends on.
Well, maybe it's just me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I just
right. It just depends on the individual. Sometimes you're just like, you know, whatever you got going on. But once again, I feel like everybody now, from what my homies told me and showed me, because he's showing me these apps, all of us, and going through each of them or whatever. Like, it seems like the women they're more open-minded to like giving you a chance to actually to talk to you and have a conversation, as to where back in the day it wasn't like that. It's kind of like it's all physical. Like, okay, like, physical, because women want to smash too. You know what I'm saying? They trying to get it in too, just like us. You know, and so they can't do that now either. So like they have to actually like slow it down and like, okay, let me just talk to this person and see if I can actually get to like, you know, see what they're about. Like I have a close friend of mine actually that's in a committed relationship right now from Bumble, you know, with this girl. So like, I believe that it actually can be like love to that, you know. At first I was a big hater and skeptic of it, like, nah, apps just for smashing and that's it. You can't find love on that, you know, back in the day. But, you know, as you get older and wiser, and then like I said, my homeboy, what he's actually in right now, a beautiful relationship, like, yeah, man, it actually can happen, you know. So I'm a firm believer of that.
I mean,
I don't doubt that it won't happen or that it can't happen or anything like that. It's just that, I don't know. I've just been, me personally, with the apps, I've just said I've had bad luck with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've met people and shit like that, but like they haven't been the right people to meet. You know what I'm saying? Even though like it wasn't the right people to meet to like be in a relationship with. Like, trust me, like I actually like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, me and someone like we still cool and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That I've met through there. Our relationship has grown past that shit. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, with the dating and shit right now, bro, I kind of just like, you know, me being single and shit, I kind of just went back into like motherfuckers that like I started talking to motherfuckers that like I haven't, like I kind of had something with, you know what I'm saying, but I didn't have nothing with, you know what I'm saying, because of maybe like I was in a relationship at a time like that. So that's kind of how I've been doing like my dating in this past 2 months or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been like kind of like old hypes. You know what I'm saying? They're like weren't even hypes or anything like that. Or like maybe it wasn't even like that. Like how we were talking earlier and shit. Like about like like motherfuckers that just want to come over and chill and shit like that. But then you realize you're like, oh, okay, well, yeah, this motherfucker kind of fond of me. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah,
all right,
it's more substance.
yeah.
Right.
But like the thing is, I already know these motherfuckers. Like I've already actually like spent that time in that friend zone and shit
Right.
like that. So now it's kind of just like, oh, all right, let me see what's up. Like outside of that.
I
Let
think
me
that's
take it a
very
little bit more
bad.
seriously.
Yeah, I mean, you're reconnecting. You're kind of picking up like
Picking up old slack, yeah.
Yeah, and I always liken it to like business, like sales and shit, right? I feel like if there's somebody you've already kind of developed a business relationship with, you're gonna have a higher chance of actually transacting with, right? Like,
Right.
so similarly, if it's somebody you already kind of have a personal relationship with, you probably have a better chance at one, keeping their attention because they already know you, and two, getting to know them on a different level. You already know them to a certain extent, so it's more so like just catching up. What have you been doing the last couple years? That kind of thing. But I think, to your point, Jock, the question about, can you find love on apps? I think you can. I think it's really just the people that are going in. You have to know what you're looking for and have like, hey, these are some specific criteria. Now, when I say that, I don't mean like, oh, they have to check these
You gotta have big ass
boxes. But like, you have to have like, hey, we have common interests, or it really matters to me that they this, like you have to kind of do some of that filtering before, I think a lot of time people just go in, they cast the big net, and then all of a sudden they're either stuck with shitty leads, people that just don't really click with you, or the ones that know like this is exactly what I'm looking for. They go in having an idea and being not closed-minded, but like, hey, at the end of the day, I know like you got to be into this. Like you got to have be outdoorsy, or you have to be active, or like like you can't go in like, because I mean, regardless, people have those criteria. It doesn't have to be she's
go and
this
find.
and that. No,
You got your types.
Right,
you got your types.
Have to have like personality mesh, But I think you can do it. I think it's doable for sure.
It's doable. Also, like you said, Mike, you brought up a good thing, and I probably mentioned this too, but you got to be open-minded. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you're, you're getting older and stuff. Like, I know everybody probably won't admit this, but everybody wants to have a family and wants to settle down eventually one day. You know what I mean? Yeah. So if you keep having the same pattern of doing the same stuff you were doing 21 versus age like 28, 29, then you just ultimately failing yourself. You got to like grow up at some point and be like, hey man, let me just chill out and like, let me actually get to know this person for, who they are, and not just try like smash or have fun and turn up. Cause like we're getting too old for that now, So that's what I feel like. If you're of age, you should start thinking more seriously about stuff like that,
The shit, I'm a living testament to that.
Yeah.